We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
When I think about those nights in Montreal, all I think about is weed. Memories of city lights and packing bowls. Oh, we tried to legalize it. Good evening, everyone. I'm without a co-host because she's having troubles getting in here. And I'm not sure exactly what the heck's going on. I sent her everything that she needs to do to get in here, and I don't know what the hell is going on. So, if somebody's watching, which doesn't look like anybody is, but Loretta, if you're watching, I'm just going to tell you, go to our page, go. There. I just sent her a message. Go to CannaQuebec Connection and see if I'm on the air. Oh, because we're having a shit show again. And like I said, I've got this all set up. I keep sending her the link. The link keeps saying that there's no one there. Maybe I should try sending it to Al. Maybe that'll help me. Maybe I'll try Al. Oh, CannaQuebec Connection says it's now live. So I know I'm live somewhere. I'm just going to send this to Al and see if he can come in. I don't even know if he's around. Or can I maybe get somebody else to try with me? Oh my gosh. This could not be. Oh, anyways, Happy New Year. We're coming to you live from the Chenahar territory and from Cranbrook, British Columbia. Loretta should be here from Montreal, but she's not. And I don't know why, because it says it says I'm live. Everything says it's good, and I don't know what to even do here, because it's just, I don't even know what to do. I don't know if I should go out, come back in. I share this invite messenger. Enter to friend, Low Clark. Hey, I'm going to send this to you. Again. And hopefully it gets through. This is so... Anyway, fuck you, to be fair. So I hope everybody had a good New Year's. We had a pretty good Christmas and New Year's. Alan was home and now he's gone back to work. So I guess I'm winging this one on my own unless I can get somebody to come in with me. Nobody's watching me anyway. Oh, somebody is now. Anyways, I'm live by myself, and I wish Loretta we could figure out how to get her in here, because it's... And like I said, I sent it to Al, hoping somebody else can get in. I don't know if anybody else wants to come in. If you can send me a message saying, hey, you'll come in to see if this works. Help! And I'm not getting messages on Facebook. Oh, there, see there? Al's trying to help me out here. Because I'm on live. It's hooked up everywhere it's supposed to be. But nobody seems to be able to get that link, and I'm sharing it straight from the page. So let's see if Al can maybe try and get in. Yes, I'm on. Yes, Loretta, I am on. And that link should work. I don't understand why that's not working. I sent it to Al to see if he can get on. It's the link off of here. And I don't understand why it's not working to get you in. I don't know. Maybe if I roll a joint, blow air at it. Oh, there you are. There you are.
Unbelievable.
Bon ami, we figured it out.
So nice to see you, Bon ami.
It's good to see you. So Loretta, so I guess we can tell Al that we figured it out because Al was going to try and come in too. Oh, there's Al too. We'll just add Al too.
Oh,
Happy
jam.
New Year. We should
We're
figure it out.
gonna go here.
I thought I saw an SOS message.
There was an SOS message just when you said that you were.
Yes, no, I was having an SOS time
He was
for
having
sure. And now I can't see you, but I don't want to screw up.
No, I'm back. I'm back.
How come? I don't know how you can't. So now she's gone again.
Oh.
She's having issues. And I thought it was the link, but it's not the link. So, there she's
No, it's not the link. It works fine. Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Can you see us now again, or can you not see us still?
Yeah, I'm here. I can barely hear you, but I can hear you a little bit. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're fine. We can see you.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
It's just that you
How
can't.
is everyone? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
SOS, so thankfully Al's here, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Thank you, Al.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I was
Most appreciated
just
because
sitting
I
here with
need
the
it.
puppy watching TV.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just finally was able to get in.
Yeah, because it was not
I
ready.
didn't do anything different, but it finally worked. But that's
Okay,
good.
well, that's good.
That's good. All right. Well, I'll go back to the recliner. And
Okay, recline.
TV, and I'll tune in to make sure that everything's going good. I'll keep an eye out for you tomorrow.
Recline so fine, Mr. Al.
Thanks for
Okay, no problem. Talk to you soon. Talk to you actually Wednesday night. The year in the review program.
Woo!
Broadcast.
Very nice.
Up with everybody on the network. So that's at what time? That's at
8 p.m. Wednesday night. It will be broadcasted on the network Facebook page as well as one of the show pages. I'm not sure which one. And it'll be on YouTube as well. People will be able to watch it there. And I don't know how it's going to work out. I've never done it with all those, like a big crowd of people. Usually it's just not even 3. Usually it's just 2.
Well,
so
you have a lot of experience. I'm sure it's going to work out just fine.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. All righty. Talk to you later, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. So okay, there we go. So we can start over again. Welcome to Cannabis Connection with me and Loretta. I'm out of Tanaha, and you're out of
Yes, Mohawk territory. Can you
right?
hear? Kaha, for sure. Mohawk territory. Excuse me. I gotta plug my phone in.
How was your New Year's?
Yeah. Happy New Year, Wild Tea. Happy New Year.
It is a new year.
Crazy.
I get to start it off with a bang with 20 centimeters of fresh snow.
Oh yeah, we're freezing. We're colder than Moscow right now, apparently.
Oh no, I did have to have a Snicker the other day. I think you might find this probably humorous too. You know how that you're in Montreal, so Quebec has got all these new regulations, and you guys are in a curfew and all this. So we all know that Montreal is famous for its massive riots and massive protests, and they had an anti-COVID protest out there here. I hear a whole 75 people showed up.
Yeah, because it was too cold.
That's fucking hell. I don't care. You know what? It's been bloody fucking cold there. There's usually 3,000 or fucking 10,000 people walking the streets of Montreal. There was 75 people that showed up for Montreal. Come on, tell me that's not a ha-ha moment.
Yeah, it's a big ha-ha. I mean, really.
It is. It's a ha-ha moment.
You just got to find your own COVID, curfew cutie and settle in, hunker in for the month. That's what we got to do.
I wish we could do that here too. To be fair,
You wish what?
I wish we could do that here too. To be fair, the kids are out of school now to the 10th. But BC doesn't even have access to rapid tests.
That's
we
crazy.
aren't able to get any. We're not allowed to. We're not able to even access them. And Alvin brought some home from Alberta, but here's the thing: he only had one bottle of the solution. So he's got all these nose swabs, and he's got all these test tubes, and he's got all these little things but he only had one thing of solution, so he couldn't leave me any because he's only got one bottle of solution for all that stuff. That's
crazy.
So I don't have any either. And to be fair, BC's pushed the schools back to the 10th. It ain't gonna matter. This is it. It's gonna run rapid through all this, and we're just gonna have to bear down. And
well, I would say between the vaccinated and the infected, I mean, I think I think it's gonna, it seems to be sweeping the nation pretty fast. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had like crazy numbers in Quebec, like insane.
Well, they're saying the numbers that we've got are under calculated because not everybody's getting PCR tests because they don't have enough PCR tests. It's just a fucking mess. Like, to be fair, this is where we break down. This is the fucking mess. Not enough PCR tests. Use a rapid test. Don't contact trace. Contact trace. Go out. Don't go out. Make it make fucking sense because it doesn't on any level from anywhere. It
Yeah.
doesn't. You can't go into a restaurant or a gym and walk into the fucking mall. None of this has made sense right from the very beginning with this contract bullshit, right? And now they don't have PCR tests. Stay at home and test yourself. Contact trace yourself. You know, if you're a positive, you might get a PCR test. You might not, depending on the province you're in. None of this makes any fucking sense anymore. None of it. 2 years into, and they've lost their ability to fucking think straight.
I don't know. It's kind of peaking. A lot of things are peaking, and certainly the craziness is, like, for sure. The numbers are kind of crazy. People are crazy. People are, at the poor front lines. I feel sorry for them. I'm always going to mention them because they're so wiped out, and they must be feeling really crazy. And
to be fair,
but there's good is going to come from all of this, I'm sure.
Well, there's going to be.
We'll have a better system
Fair, if
after
you're
all this.
the Omicron's it's not hospitalizing you. I see a lot of people that have it, and that they're hunkered down at home, and they're watching their symptoms but they're all like, some of them are double and triple vaccinated, and they're still getting right, and they're sick, and they are sick. It's not like it's some of them are more than others. But one today I saw that is triple vaccinated, got it from his niece. She couldn't be vaccinated. She was under the age of 5, blah, 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 or whatever it is. And he's sick. And he's like, I'm not like super sick. He goes, but this is probably the worst cold I've ever had in my life. And I'm triple vaccinated, he said.
The thing is, these folks don't understand, like, even the ones who get mildly ill sometimes will still have lingering effects for up to a year. I mean,
they're saying that you can test positive for COVID for up to 9 months after you've had the infection.
Wow.
Because it sits residually in your body, and you might test positive. You might not have any symptoms. You're definitely not contagious.
Yeah.
It can sit in your body for up to 9 months.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, that's the thing. We're learning so much, and hopefully they will. And there will, one of the issues is about equitable access to everything, and that's been an ongoing issue since the beginning. Hopefully that is something, and maybe we won't see this change for 10 years, but hopefully we will see that change around the world, not like really around the world, not just here, but around the world. And better public health care, and we treat our frontliners totally different, and the government starts addressing the root causes, like the war on drugs, for why there's all these people so willing, to spread, just how we're like such prey for misinformation during this time, which also kills. I think it always killed, but now, COVID is just something spiritually that's making everything very crystal clear. Misinformation definitely does kill, for sure. Right? So
because of what misinformation is done when it comes to racism, when it comes to cannabis, when it comes to the drug war, when it comes to so many elements within human rights. And right now, like I said, there's so many elements that's going on. Like, versus it's a distraction for this, it's a distraction for that. If anything, the COVID is being a distraction is for a war that's brewing on the borders of fucking Ukraine and Russia. And that's an unfortunate thing. But we've seen some change, in the States here going forward too with cannabis too, because on CNN they had a report recently about cannabis and autism, and it was a fairly decent interventionally study. But then I also seen on CBC the other morning, New Year's Day actually, where they're looking at psychedelics for mental health, for anxiety, depression, and long-term terminal illness.
So is it possible for you to turn your mic up just a little bit? I'm just wondering, or maybe sit closer to it, because I'm just having a little.
Here, maybe let me put my headset on. Maybe that'll help you. I can do that.
I just really want to hear you, and I am a bit deaf as well, hearing impaired, I guess is more correct to say. Well, but I really want.
Here, I'll put this on, and maybe this will be better that you can hear better. I have to be careful because if I move my computer too much, like I did before, I unplugged it. And that wasn't the brightest thing to do either, because I had everything all set up. And then I unplugged the stupid computer and I was like, oh God.
I like your little mystifier there.
Is that better? Can you hear me better now?
That's better. Definitely better.
All right. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
but
there you go.
wait. Keep going.
Can you hear like now? Like I'm not talking anymore. Like,
No, that's better for sure.
okay. All right. Well, I'll put the headset on.
So you had a good Xmas. We'll just back up a little bit. You had a good Xmas with your dudes. How are your dudes?
Good. Yeah, we had a decent Christmas. It was like the three of us. We, did food and had a few gifts and hung out. That was pretty much watched some movies. Even went to see Spider-Man and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was good. And like I said, over Christmas we just kind of hung out because there's not a lot to do. Like I said, with everything that's going on. But again, like I was saying before when I put this on, is the study that I watched over Christmas about cannabis and autism, which was on CNN actually, which was really good actually. Dr. Sanjay had quite a few decent points to make about it and how it should be deregulated in the States, at least for some, especially in some states that aren't, right?
Yeah.
And then then there's also the psilocybin and the psychedelics that they're seeing in Canada that they're pushing forward for in the new year here too. So there's some good things I think going to move forward in 2022 when it comes to drug policy and changing of some more legislation. I know that the security for cannabis actually is loosened off a bit too. They're not looking at security clearances so much for stores and for growing anymore. I found out.
They're not what? I'm not hearing you again. You faded out a bit.
Security clearance. Yeah, like to work in a cannabis store, you have to go through a security regulation clearance, right? Which means criminal record checks and background checks. Even if you want to work in a retail store, well, they're finding that they can't get people to work in these retail stores because some of us have issues with cannabis from before.
Like, how stupid are they? Like, don't they realize that they over arrested like hundreds of thousands of people and ruined their lives like over the past couple of decades, especially Harper's decade of darkness, like
and mandatory minimums.
So dumb.
And the mandatory minimum jail sentencing that they put in, the mandatory minimum jail sentencing for a joint was fucking 7 years. That's what Harper did. Thankfully, that's been taken off. But I mean, that's what that clown did. Legalization changed that. But still, there's still too many fucking laws attached to cannabis too. If you think
Unbelievable.
About it. Like we still have more laws attached to cannabis for safety and what is the safety on this? Where are the stats showing that driving cannabis and driving? Where are the stats? There aren't any. Because people are not getting pulled over on a regular basis and getting busted for fucking driving fucking impaired on pot. They're just not. And I lost her. Oh no, what the hell happened to her? There, she's having issues with her. Oh, there she is again. Okay. She popped back in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, like they don't understand the consequences of what they've done, and not enough people, maybe this gets to the article on the fact that probably many people with ADHD and a few other disorders do use cannabis, and in great numbers. I think
a lot of Gen Xers do, to be fair, because the Generation X, the forgotten generation, which is my generation. Sorry to tell you, but really, truly isn't it from 55.
Okay, I'm sorry, bud. Can you speak closer to the mic? Because I'm really having a hard time hearing you.
Can you hear that now?
Not really great. No.
Huh. I don't know what the heck's going on. Must be your end because I'm not sure what's going on. But to be fair, Gen X, right? Like if you figure we're the latchkey kids, right? Like I think a lot of us use cannabis to basically get by. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, for sure. But so what I'm saying is, I think that, that whatever, we saw that there was that article, they were looking to study people who have ADHD and how they handled their academics, because for sure, many people would find that using cannabis would help them focus more on being able to read better than maybe normally how many pages they could read at a time, like whatever. It just, it helped refocus certain people in certain ways, and it helped them. A lot of people would say that, even though there was always the stigma, blah, blah, that, obviously it made you a bad student. Well, no, for sure. For some people, it actually made the difference in them getting through school. So they were the lucky ones because, they got access. They were lucky. That's just the truth.
I think they're finding more and more now that people are using cannabis for all kinds of different things. Attention deficit is definitely one that does help with. I don't think I would
It
have
might
gotten through
explain
life
also like why
without
our
it.
community is so disjointed and never really came together in a really strong, powerful way to, really make some, real profound change that we want to see. I don't know, it seems like I wonder if that is one of the issues. You know what I
I
mean?
think a
And
lot
maybe
of
it's
it has
because
to
I
do with
just
mental health
compare it
issues.
to what we were able to achieve during like a real plague, and having the world hate you kind of thing at the same time. So I don't know. I just find that I think there's something to that people of my generation, even though we didn't have like we didn't have these diagnoses, maybe weren't reality. Obviously, I think people have gravitated to cannabis who definitely have these issues.
Mental
All
health,
of
I
them.
think. Mental health is one thing I think that really gravitated people towards cannabis
and
more than
and
anything else.
addictions.
That too. But I
Yeah,
mean, the substitution programs that we could absolutely have going on with cannabis, because it's proven that cannabis edibles in high doses help with withdrawal symptoms when it's coming to any.
for
And
sure.
I'm one that will definitely say that. Like, I went from using cocaine to nothing but cannabis, and cannabis really helped me get off cocaine. Like, seriously, it was like my saving grace. Honestly, it really
Hmm.
was.
I always use it to help me quit smoking cigarettes, which eventually it worked. But whatever. I just think we're moving into another level of researching cannabis. So there's a lot more great brain research is going to come out. Just like, I mean, Dr. Sanjay Gupta is a world-renowned neurologist, and he studies the brain. So, and he's such a likable character and a trustworthy kind of character on CNN, and known probably around the world as that kind of a doctor. So he just, him doing it is really great because he brings so much credibility. And in terms of helping people with brain issues, mental health issues, we really need to make the case that there needs to be far, far greater access.
Well, I'm
Even
wondering.
still, like, you
I
know
know
what I mean?
you brought that study up today. That's for attention deficit and coping with post secondary school, right? Like,
Yeah,
so they want to do a research study on people that went to university use cannabis or are in university right now and how they're dealing with use of cannabis while they're in school, and whether they have attention deficit or not doesn't matter. So I think they're really wanting to see if people with cannabis helps people with their academic studies.
which I'm sure the answer is going to be yes, because I remember so many students, especially when I worked at the head shop. I had university students in every single day because the head shop was located between Concordia and McGill, and LaSalle was there. Like, it was just all students all around me. So I talked to them every single day. And so many of them told me how cannabis really helped them study. Now, for others, there was always some from the States, usually. They never had so much cannabis and so much access to cannabis. Like, they just kind of went a little crazy. And so I'm sure there was some that probably failed their first year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
because they were just
yeah.
like on the
I
couch
think
and
that's
eating
a
potato
lot
chips,
for
went a
some.
little too
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that it's a way for a lot of kids, no matter where they're from, first year university. Away from mom and dad, they can party a little bit and
Yeah, I
do
mean, but
some
then for the
experimenting and.
Americans, like the price was like so cheap from what they were used to. You know what I mean? Like, it was like they were like kids in a candy store because they also had more money,
Yeah,
But
to be
anyways,
fair. I know
yeah,
that's why people always wonder how come. Well, because Americans have older money. Like, we're not as old as they are, so their families are older. They got like way more money than we do. Not in all, not in all senses, but in a lot
there's
of
a lot of
senses.
rich ones, and for them, like, to go to school in like Canada, it's still really cheap compared to, you know, going to school in America. Do you know what I
Oh, or
mean?
even going to school in Europe, like, to be
Yeah.
fair, like Oxford knows and
Yeah,
Yale.
Montreal's really a cheap place to go to school. I
Well,
mean,
you
it's a
know,
huge
Montreal
industry.
has got some of the best universities. My aunt went to school in McGill, at McGill. My aunt, my mom's sister, she took her political science at McGill University in Montreal. They spent 4 years in Montreal. My mom went to Montreal to visit her, and I got left home. Right, I didn't get to Montreal till I came out in 2014 with you. But my aunt lived there for 4 years and went to McGill University. My mom went back and forth a few times there to Ottawa because mom worked for the RCMP back then, and she was in the union. So there's always a meeting or something that she could, you know, scavenger off to Ottawa or off to Montreal. And, you know, so mom got to do a bit of traveling when she worked for the RCMP. I got left home. Seriously, like we didn't get to go on any of those cool trips. Mom just went by herself. But I guess to be fair, I'm the mom that went on the cool trips too and left my kid home too.
That's true. You did.
I
A couple
told him
times.
I told him I was going to bring him out to Montreal because he, you know, his big thing is he wants to go to Greece. I'm like, oh,
I'm down. I think he's like, I like the way he's thinking. I mean,
yeah,
Greece sounds really nice, and
right.
there's like beautiful beaches, and Santorini looks so pretty, and
But
the
you know,
food
you
is going to
have
be
to wonder,
amazing.
like when you're traveling, like where do you find cannabis? Because I know I'm not going to try traveling with it. Like I know some people go to Mexico and actually take
Oh
cannabis.
wait, you're gonna be in Greece. Ask for a guy named Pablo.
We'll find you
Yeah.
somewhere
You know what?
over
There'll be
there that
some
can.
guy from Montreal named Pablo that you'll yeah.
Pavlov, can you bring me a gyro and some marijuana?
I mean, I can't believe they wouldn't be growing it all year round there by now. And really, like, I mean, they're kind of behind, I think, in Greece, are they? In terms of
I
cannabis,
don't,
where are
you
they
know what?
at?
I'm not sure where they are as far as cannabis goes because it's so hot there. Like, I mean, you know what? To be fair, I don't know where any of those Mediterranean, Egypt, any of them are because to be fair, cannabis should have been around and in their medicine baskets fucking for centuries. And I'm surprised it's not brought up more because Israel's right in that realm of the same Middle Eastern area, right? And we know that Israel's doing a lot of studying with cannabis.
Definitely growing lots of it, yeah.
Right, and so but you don't hear about Iran or Iraq or you know you see Singapore, you know, drug dealers are to death, you know what I mean, like so there's so many different laws still that are, you know,
What's so
reacting.
weird is that, you know, you're right, like those countries are really punitive, and yet why don't they get it that it was America that, you know, fed the whole world a lie that cannabis was, you know, a demon
I'm
drug?
not sure that their
I mean, you think that
prohibition.
like you know they hate the U.S., so
Well, no,
why don't
no.
they just
I'll tell you,
like
with
fucking like
Singapore
wake
had
up?
nothing. Singapore's laws had nothing to do with marijuana. Singapore had a huge Chinese influx back in like the early like 1900s, and they had Chinatown right in the downtown core of Singapore. And the opioid crisis with opium got so bad that there was no men working; they were all addicted to opium and they had to go back to China. This is what happened in Singapore. I was watching a documentary on it last night about Singapore. That's why in Singapore there is death to drug dealers. It's not have anything to do with cannabis or the American laws or anything. It was the crisis that they had with opium.
Yeah,
dens.
I'd like to read more about that actually, because I think the opioid crisis was actually manufactured and created by the British, who were using like it was all geopolitics. They were using opium as a currency. They didn't care about the health of people, and in
The
like
opium
poor
crisis didn't
parts of
start
town,
until
sure,
early
some people might
2000.
have been. Nobody really died of opium until they started shoving it in their arms in a needle.
Well,
I really want to
see, the
read
thing is,
about it. Actually,
this is different.
I'm
This is
very
different
curious because
because the opium
from
in
what
the
I think I know
1900s.
so far, you know, it's a lot of it's been a lot of bullshit.
Okay, well, the opium dens that they were these Chinese, they were smoking
Yeah,
it in the
yeah,
opium den.
but they were associated with prostitution,
The
which again, but it
triads.
was
What it was
there was.
the triads. So what happened was they were brought over. These Chinese immigrants were brought over
I wish
to
I could
Singapore.
hear you. I barely can hear you.
Okay, so what happened? It was called Talisman. It wasn't even called Singapore. It was called something totally different. So there was a group of talisman over there that actually brought Chinese over as slaves, right? And they were given to this band of gangs, the triad, and they were all brought into these 3 gangs of triads. That's what happened in Singapore. Look it up. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a little more.
It's all gang related. It was all gang related. It had everything to do with 3 families.
Like,
definitely.
Anytime you put drugs in with gangs, it's all bad. There's no question about it.
So, and this is what's happened in the States too. You have all these gangs that have come in. You've got cartel coming up. So in reality, everybody wants to look and blame everything on the government for bringing this. It's the fucking gangs.
Yeah. It's always the gangs. Like, it's the beginning of humanity. It's always the gangs. I mean,
but the triads,
they're always the problem. But the government also, could be the gang too, and so can the monarchy and blah blah blah. Like, I mean, it's it's all of humanity. It's always
there's so many ways of looking at things, right? Like here it is too. Like same along with, I hate to say this, with the Indigenous. Do we need to take? Just wait. Do we need to take a commercial break and maybe we can work on the sound? Yeah, let's do that.
Because I would love to hear you better because I could barely hear you.
Well, we'll take a quick commercial break and I will be right back. We will be right back after our commercial break.
Yeah, try and let's work on the sound.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
The Pace Radio Network is the place to be for all your information from the world of psychedelics, because we are pleased to bring our listeners 2 shows focusing on psychedelic therapy in the world of natural medicine. First up, we have Open Your Eye, which airs on the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of each month. Open Your Eye is a 90-minute video podcast with Kim Cooper and Cindy Howell interviewing patients and professionals in the space. Patient stories, facilitators, lawyers, and others discuss their journeys and endeavors involving psychedelic medicine. But they're not done, because Kim and Cindy are back on alternate Tuesdays at 7 p.m. with psychedelic reporters as they bring along the show's mascot, Bufo, aka the Colorado Mud Toad, who is scouring the news wires for all the latest in psychedelic news. He then passes it on to Kim and Cindy to cover in this 60-minute video news podcast. So tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern for Psychedelic Tuesdays right here on the Pace Radio Network, found at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
CP operates a medicinal cannabis signing clinic. If you want to grow your own medicinal cannabis and are located anywhere in Canada, then I'd like to suggest that you give them a call. They can be reached at 1-613-967-9888. That's 1-613-967-9888, and grow on with CP.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.
All right, we're back. I don't know. Can you hear me any better now?
Hello.
Can you hear me any better now? No, she's gone again. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. It's weird. It is very strange. I don't know what to say. I can hear everything. I'm on loud. Like I'm on like boomer loud. She's on, I don't know, drugs. I don't know what to say. Oh my goodness, because yeah. This is not panning out so great for the first show of the year, Loretta. Good grief. We were so unprofessional. I know what's going on. She can't hear me. Oh, there she's back. Are you back?
I'm back.
Can you hear me now?
No, barely. Damn, man. But anyways, let's keep going.
It's gotta be on your end because I turned up the volume even on like on the audio in here. And I turned the mic volume up to like way up, like it's blasting.
Well, the thing is, when the commercials were on, I heard them perfectly fine. So that's what I don't, understand. They were like totally 10 times louder than what you are right now.
And I can hear you perfectly fine.
What?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, yeah, you can hear me fine. Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, I'm gonna keep trying, but yeah, the commercials I could hear just fine, but I can't hear you, so I don't know.
And we can't talk, and we can't talk during the commercial.
What's that?
And I can't talk to you during the commercial. The music. We'll figure this out because I mean, even with this isn't helping me at all. I can't do these. They're hurting my head.
How's the new car?
I haven't driven it hardly at all. I don't go anywhere. Like to be fair, we've got like
well, it looks like you've got like snow up the yin.
We've got like a whole whack of snow, and it's got one of the tires leaks, got a slow leak in it that I've got to take in. It's been so cold because it went from like minus 36 to minus 5 and snowing. So I haven't gone too far. Like to be fair, I haven't.
Minus 30 fucking 6.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah. It was fucking cold.
Mm-hmm. No, we've been, I think, up to about minus 13 or 18, and that's felt like, so yeah. 36. 36 is brutal.
Yeah, it dipped down that far, and then it was minus 25 for like days, like steady 25, minus 25. And then it was minus 5 this morning.
Heating's working okay. Everything's.
When it was really cold, I couldn't get it above 20 degrees in here.
Couldn't get what?
It above 20 degrees. I couldn't get it to, now that it's warmed up outside, yeah, it's fine. It was so cold. It was that cold. It was just that cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, there's so much change going to happen here. I think we're going to get mushrooms and LSD and a bunch of psychedelics regulated this year, and I think we're going to.
Yeah, it seems like we have to dismantle the drug war, incrementally, bit by bit, which sucks. I hope it speeds up a bit after the pandemic, but it's it's definitely in progress. That's for sure.
Well, like I said, I'd like to see harm reduction, more harm reduction.
Yeah.
More safe, like looking at the safe supply. Now that Mom Stop the Harms is actually like suing the BC government, like things could change here quickly.
Yeah. And, here I saw an article today where restaurants are asking why can't they sell edibles in restaurants if they can sell like wine and beer and liquor.
Why can't they sell the cannabis drinks?
Well, whatever, they're asking the question because they're so desperate. So many of them here have closed down. So I mean, I do actually see this as this could be the push, because they're so desperate. They've lost so much money here. Now they're all shut down again except for just takeout. I think this surge will probably
I don't know what
be
this
over in a few
this surge,
weeks. I
I'm
do think
hoping
it won't last like this one.
our economy can't
I'm
take
an
this.
optimist. I don't know why, but I'm
Our
feeling
economy
that,
really
and
can't
I'm
take any
feeling, I
restaurant.
wish so badly for the first, responders that they had a easier life because it must really suck
Yeah.
for them at this
Well,
point.
and again, like I said, like our economy can't keep taking these hits. People
No, I
can't
know.
keep taking this. Like
No, I know.
they just can't. And again, like CRB isn't as much as it was. You have to be actually like locked in before you qualify for it. And again, like they're making money off cannabis because they're selling that hand over fist. Like I know they are because I go in and I see the shelves empty, and then within a week the shelves are full again. Those stores are making hand over fist cash. They are. They are. Yeah. That means the government's making hand over fist cash, right? They
What's
are.
that?
The government's making hand over fist cash
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. There's lineups at the weed store and some maybe at the SAQ, the liquor store too, but way more at the weed stores. And like I said, the restaurants, I think lounges are going to come this year. I actually think this could be the year. I mean, I know I've been saying it for 30 years and it's a real sign of insanity. Maybe it took a pandemic.
But I think it's true. So, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see something along those lines too somewhere. But again, because of the gathering, like, but the people are still gathering at restaurants and bars. People are opening restaurants and bars open, and their new businesses opening during COVID because it's happened here. We've had new restaurants open here. We've had a yogurt shop open here. We've had new stores and new projects opened here all during COVID. The whole fucking time. They were. Restaurants here have only been shut down for a very short period of time at the very beginning of COVID for indoor dining. Even now, I think there are still, I haven't checked today. I don't think Bonnie Henry came out this morning and said anything different except we were told no kids in school till the 10th. And they've shut down, like, the gyms and that kind of stuff. But I believe there's still indoor dining, but they have to be 6 meters apart and only so many people at a table. They all have to be from the same household, that kind of thing. Pretty sure they were at restaurants, people I've seen at restaurants yesterday, having dinner, breakfast. So
well,
I know
Montreal was pretty, it was hit really hard in the beginning. And I remember in the beginning, and maybe I'm just used to it now, but in the very first wave or two, when we had a curfew as well, like I would walk downtown with some friends sometimes just to go toking. And it was like, it was weird because like nobody was around. You know what I mean? So we were like token all over the place, walking around.
8 p.m. is it out there?
What's that?
What time's the curfew? 8?
No, I think it's actually 10 o'clock, which, for someone like me, like it won't affect my life at all. So it's like, it's like 10 to 5.
Somebody told me it was at 6 p.m.
and everybody says, oh, everybody's fed up and blah, blah, blah. Of course they are. But, it has to be done to like prevent like the total collapse of, the hospital system. Like, why don't you people get this? Like, it's pretty basic. Why is it so hard for you to understand this instead of like that the government just wants to ruin your date Friday night? Anyways, I complain yet again every week, but We'll have to
It's
like
all right.
find out the
It's
root
all right because you
causes
know what?
of
It really
like
doesn't.
not getting it, like low
It's
capacity,
affecting.
not
It's
getting,
affecting our lives,
you
and
know, not
it
getting it.
continues to affect our lives. I mean, let's be fair. I got 2 beautiful plants out downstairs that have been my COVID project. I have never grown so. I have grown some really nice plants, lots of nice plants.
Oh yeah,
And
those are really nice
but my
plants.
plants this time, like this, I've been really like paying attention because I really had nothing else to do. But these 2 are beautiful. Like they're going to be down probably in the next 4
They're
weeks.
totally looking like they're so how much longer?
4 weeks, I would think. Oh no, they're looking pretty close to being done. They've been down there 6, so I might think 2, maybe another 3.
Wow,
Because
that's
I like
awesome.
I take my time, right? Like I'm not in any hurry.
Are they smelling real nice?
Oh yeah, and sticky.
Oh yeah, sticky.
Yeah, they're good. It's gonna be not lots because there's like not lots, but it's only a couple plants. But
Well, when you grow your own, it always tastes the best, anyways, right?
absolutely, yep.
That's part of the magic that the mama weed puts in the plant, I think.
Well, and I'd love to be able to do it like professionally. I wish I had the money.
I wish you did too, because I would like to do it with you. You know,
really
and
wish
I've
I
been
did.
making more and more hash these days. So
Oh,
I
you know
definitely
what?
am
Like
gonna
we
send
have
you
the
some.
best branding ever. We just call it Mama Weed. That'd be the name of my license, my microcraft, Mama Weed. It would, or to marijuana weed. I don't know. There's so many things I could call it, but I also need like to win a lottery, which I never buy lottery tickets for, or have somebody dump a couple $1 million on my lap, and then also help me expunge my record, or put it in their name, so and contract me to do all the work. You know what I mean? But I need a building like scratch. It's $1 million, $2 million project. Like but I'd love to do that. That'd be my retirement dream job. Walking through like rows and rows and telling the minions to you pull that leaf and you pull that leaf and you chop that.
You'd be so good at that. You'd be so good at that.
That dirt needs to be changed. Chop chop. I think that'd be a hell of a job. Even when I was in a wheelchair, I could still fucking flip myself through there and take those leaves off, chop that down. That's check for bugs. Like seriously, it's not. There's so many things that people probably I don't know. They're growing in big facilities now. How close are they watching them? I like I said, 2 is not a lot of work. But when I had 3 rooms running with 30 in each, like 30 clones, 30 veg, 30 in bloom. And I was like, Elvin had knee surgery and it was downstairs and it was all in dirt and everything had to be transplanted. And I had buckets.
Definitely, yeah, it's farmer's work. It's
a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And
I'm feeling like okay.
3 pounds of weed. Like you do all this work and at the end of the day you got a hydro bill at $700 and you got 3 pounds of weed and you're going. And now there's no market for it.
No, I know.
There's no market for
could be. But I've been making hash with like
that's why we have to
washing
get into the legal
machine.
market.
And for one thing, it is a little bit of a backbreaker because I'm sort of bent over all the time, and my hands are in ice cold, and it's like okay, this is a distraction. I'm not thinking about my side pain or my back pain because my hands are freezing.
I got my funny thing for you to hear. So I got my MRI results from having my for my kidney and stuff, right? And it came back. Listen to this one: 30-year smoker. Okay, I've smoked tobacco and cannabis for over 30 years. My lungs are clear.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure. That I believe
there's nothing wrong with any of my internal organs except for my colon. No shit, right? But it shows on the MRI. It says diverticularly whatever colon disease, and that's written on the MRI too. But and the bone degeneration in my back and the bone degeneration here and all the bone degeneration. But there's absolutely no kidney stones and there's absolutely nothing wrong with my kidney.
Oh, good. That's
no,
awesome.
but it still aches. So is it the kidney or is it the degenerating bones in my back? And I got scoliosis. So, which is a very minor, it's just a minor curve. It's not huge. But apparently I should have had a brace when I was younger that I refused to use. But it doesn't bother me. Like I'm not hunched over by any stretch, but yeah, like all these minor things, right? So, but yeah, my lungs are clear. After all that weed I smoke.
Because it's good for the lungs, obviously.
I'm
It's,
claiming that.
it is obviously good for the lungs. Like
I'm
there's,
claiming that one. I'm claiming
know,
that. I'm claiming the fact that I might smoke cigarettes, but I also smoke cannabis. My lungs are clear because I smoke cannabis too.
yeah.
Just- yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, if you're gonna have like, my daughter has asthma and she has a bit of a lung, she has coughs, and she smokes tobacco sometimes with cannabis, and I just don't understand the mixing of it. I get it. I guess I get it a little bit with hash,
Oh,
but
I know my kid does that too, and I don't understand it either. I don't know why he does that either. My older
yeah,
son, yeah, and then he gets
I
all,
don't get it either.
he's
I
like,
really don't.
oh, and then they figure they're addicted to weed, but they're not addicted to the weed. They're addicted to the tobacco. That's why they get all bitchy. It's not because you don't have the weed, but it's because you don't have the tobacco. That
Yeah,
you're withdrawing from the tobacco. You're not withdrawing.
yeah.
You're from the nicotine that you're mixing your weed with. You're not nicking out. Yes, weed. It's not from the weed, but try and explain that to them. But that's the thing. They go into the hospital and they say, "Oh, I'm addicted to cannabis because I can't stand it. I want to pull my skin off." They don't. They forget to tell the doctors that they're mixing tobacco with their fucking cannabis. So in reality, dude, you're withdrawing from the nicotine and the tobacco. You're not withdrawing from the fucking weed. Shut up. But you're giving weed a bad name because it makes it look like weed's addicting when it's actually because they're mixing it with tobacco and they're actually withdrawing from the tobacco. Because I'll tell you something. I'm a tobacco smoker. It's the only fucking thing I cannot give up. It's the only thing that I might only smoke 5 cigarettes a day, but it's the only thing that's had a hold on me since I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old. Like, seriously, I was young when I started puffing on cigarettes because everybody around me smoked. My dad smoked, my uncle smoked, both my uncles smoked, my aunt smoked. They'd feed me, like the bitches across the street, well, they don't live there anymore. They'd feed me cigarettes when I was fucking 10 and 11 years old. They thought it was funny.
10 or 11. That's young.
Honey, would you like a beer with that? And I was 10. Like, I'm not kidding you. Come staggering across the street to grandma's house. They were too drunk to notice. I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. But so
Wow.
again, you know what I mean? Like tobacco, I really believe that that's the issue when these kids are going off into rehab for fucking marijuana. It's not marijuana, it's the tobacco. They're just not fucking telling anybody that they're mixing it. They just smoke weed.
Yeah, they're still finding a way. Well, yeah, and also, they'd still find a way to try to blame things on weed. Because don't forget, a lot of people did for a long time because it was that was like the gift of criminalization that kept on giving.
Well, that
people would blame like whatever their kid went off the rails with their mental health. It was the weed. Their kid did this, their kid did that. It was the weed.
Yeah.
Like it was always, the weed.
That singing app that I'm on, there's a lot of Americans on there, a lot of Filipinos, and a lot of people from Asia. So when you go to on that singing app that I sing on, right? But a lot of the Americans are really down with the cannabis. Like a lot of them smoke it. Republican Trumpsters smoke weed.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's our only hope. Like, I actually do think like, if when we do get the lounges, it'll take like maybe 3 generations, you and I'll be dead, to really see the benefit of how people using cannabis every day in in an environment that promotes their health and cares about them and provides good jobs and has interesting programs and is kind of a community center, and people are doing crafts, and like how much that will change so many things in different neighborhoods like around the world, if like that could really like go around the world. You know what I mean? And it would take like probably, another 10 years or 20 years before it did. But because I think once it would start, it would kind of happen fast, even though legalization still isn't really happening as fast as we would like. It's happening, things are happening. Yeah. Clearly, I think Al posted.
It's becoming more normalized all over the world since Canada legalized cannabis. It seems to be more normalized around the world.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like Dubai, is
Yeah, I
like
was
no
just gonna say
longer will
Dubai
send
is like,
anyone to prison for cannabis, and
no, like
clearly
it's
they don't want to deter any, you know, Canadian tourists that
tourism,
accidentally
right?
has a few joints in their pocket. Like, you know, it's a big
Or
message.
if you have a cannabis charge, they're not going to deter you from coming into their country. With the Americans, forget it, man. You got fucking weed on your record, you're a criminal. You ain't coming
Well, you
down
know
here.
what? They're going to have to change that too, and we should never not stop lobbying that. I want to lobby that. There's something really wrong with that.
You know, I'd like to be able to take Taven to Disneyland someday. But even with
What?
it, I'd like to be able to take Taven to Disneyland. To be fair,
Yeah.
I would.
No, that's got to change just because like it's wrong. It's fucking like it's almost like I just feel like it's how they keep out, you know, poor people, like really, because if you're rich,
You can
you
buy
you know,
your way
you
out of
buy
every.
your way in,
Yeah.
like, and it's ridiculous how much money you have to pay to like be able to go back in. Like it's just like there's something about it I find kind of like medieval and
Yeah.
wrong about
Yeah.
that. So
No, that's right. You're right, because really, like, if you can afford, $5,000 for Canadian pardon and another $5,000 US for a US waiver for 3 years. So if you got 10 grand to piss away, which nobody has, I'm sorry, we don't have 10 grand to piss away. We
well, a
don't.
lot of people do have it and they can do it, but absolutely a lot of people don't have it and they can't do it. So it's not fair. And it's like, and it is racist and classist. Like it just is primarily. So it just, I just think it's, you know, and it's also like, it's one thing to say, okay, you don't want maybe people who are violent. I get that. You don't want violent people come, you know, who have violent criminal records coming into your country. I
Yeah.
understand that. But, you know, also that should be taken into consideration as well. By the way, did you watch the latest Yellowstone? Speaking of violence, as I said in my Facebook post, say no to any ride to Wyoming. You know, no,
Was
it's
that
so
the final
intense, but
last
it was
night?
so good. Oh my God, it's so good.
Was there
But
was
you
that
know,
was that the final last night? Because my husband is hooked on that show.
oh, I'm fucking
I didn't watch.
hooked. I'm fucking hooked. Beth for world president, okay? And you got a bit of the Beth bitch in you. You got it. Beth is amazing. And she like in this last episode, oh my God, what she did, unbelievable.
Oh, she owns him. She owns him now.
Unbelievable.
He shot his father. What can you do? And I do, and how do I know that? Because I'm walking through the living room as he's shooting his father. And I said, that's not Costner. I said, he goes, no, that's his real dad. I go, his real dad. Now I'm lost.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see Beth coming in. I'm like, oh no, she's gonna kill him. The last episode I seen, she was gonna kill him. She goes, she's standing in his office. She goes, I'm gonna kill you, you son of a bitch. And I'm like, okay. So here she is. He just shot his father. She just saw him do this. Now she's gonna own that son of a bitch, and she does.
Yeah. I know. I don't know why I enjoy it so much because it is really violent, and I think I'm not that violent, but maybe I am. I don't know. You know, but I'm just liking the.
We all want to live vicariously through Beth. We all want to shoot some son of a bitch.
Well,
I got a fucking list.
there is a certain value system that I can appreciate actually that they have and how they fight for the land and also their loyalty with each other. But yeah, no, there's some things that I can totally get behind. There's no question about
You know
it.
what?
But
it's not that far off reality. Trust me.
well, the thing that was compelling in this last episode was the woman, the activist who the judge wanted to put in jail like for 14 years. It was like or 40 years. It was disgusting. And that's the kind of shit that they do there too, which is hard to take, you know, but it's 959, babe. We did it again. We had a great chat, even though I can't hear you very well. I don't know what it is. We got to figure it out. Should we talk? We'll talk off StreamYard.
Yeah. Well, end this broadcast, then we'll stay in the background and see if it's this, and then I'll try Facebook after and see if it's your phone or if it's, you know what I mean.
Okay. So listen. So call me. I'll say goodbye and call me in 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. That was awesome.
Okay.
That was fun.
All right.
Take care.
So you guys take care, and we'll be back next Monday with some more conversation. Hopefully, have have some more content to come up with. Anybody want to come forward with some content or ask some questions, can always pop in while we're online. So you all have a good evening. I'm going to just play our closing, and you'll have a great night. Peace.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Growing your own vegetables, flowers, or even medicinal plants can be a challenge without the right equipment and proper know-how. At BMA Hydroponics, not only are they your urban horticultural experts and suppliers, but their staff holds the customer's needs paramount to making a sale. Family-owned with decades of experience and knowledge, they offer free advice in person, by phone, or email. BMA Hydroponics wants to ensure you have the advice you need, which is why you'll find tips and tricks on different ways to grow, like wick, ebb and flow, drip, or aeroponic system, as well as other helpful links at bmahydroponics.com. If you can't find what you're looking for, just let them know, and they'll do everything they can to get what you're looking for. At BMA Hydroponics, each staff member also possesses a federal exemptee MMAR license, making their strong suit empathy, experience, and dedication to their customers. Because when you know how to grow, you'll have results that make you proud. BMA Hydroponics in Belleville, Ontario. Visit bmahydroponics.com.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.